I'm confident in myself. Like, I'm not focusing on him. I just know what I can do, and I can't wait to show it. I'm not going to crumble. I'm solid. I've been through wars, and I'm still standing super strong.
Have you lost your mind? This is Anthony Joshua that you just called out. You're fighting Anthony Joshua in less than a month. Why are you doing this?
I like to challenge myself. I like to take on the biggest, the best. I said anyone, anytime, any place. I truly mean that.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Let's go!
Anthony Joshua delivers a harsh warning to Jake Paul during their face-off, making it clear he's entering this fight as a real champion, not a celebrity. Joshua says his confidence comes from years of top-level experience that Paul cannot match. He explains that he has been training with elite coaches, sharpening his basics, improving his combinations, and preparing for every style Paul might bring. For Joshua, this fight is more than a payday, it's a statement. He plans to show the clear difference between a YouTuber-turned-boxer and a proven heavyweight.
For some of the greatest coaches and greatest fighters in the world, because I have that hunger, that desire. Every time I've been knocked down or been in trouble when I was younger, came back 3 years later, got to the Olympics, get in trouble again before the Olympics, 3 years later, become world champion after 16 fights, win all the belts, get beat by Ruiz, come back and unify the division for the second time. It's just constantly drives my focus and my hunger to get better. So I'm going to be a tough man to break down 100% come December 19th, because I've been building myself over the last year. I ain't been sitting back.
For Joshua, this matchup is a major comeback moment. The former two-time unified heavyweight champion hasn't fought since being knocked out by Daniel Dubois in September 2024. When the fight was announced, Joshua promised no mercy, calling it a mega event and saying he plans to break the internet over Jake Paul. Paul, with a 12-1 record and 7 knockouts mostly against smaller opponents, claims that defeating Joshua would erase all doubts about his credibility and push him toward a world title opportunity.
Thank you for having me. Well, you gotta give credit to Jake and his team. They reached out to me, to be fair, and it was a great opportunity for me. So it's an opportunity for me to fight. I wanted to take 12 months out of the game, and I'd done that. And then it was time to get back to work, so I was planning on fighting anyway. And actually, I would have been fighting this weekend if I had it my way. And this opportunity presented itself, and I said, yeah, why not? It's great. I think it's massive, it's colossal, it's making big news. We're bringing marketability together with ability. Those two worlds collide. You got Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, and we're here in Miami. We're bringing Europe, Africa, Asia, Nigeria, the whole world together to watch this show on Netflix. It's going to be phenomenal. And that's how we ended up here, basically. Two guys that just want to...
The fight has sparked controversy and heavy debate. Critics say Joshua risks harming his reputation by facing Paul, who many do not view as a true heavyweight. Commentator Johnny Nelson said Joshua is stuck in a no-win situation. If Joshua dominates, people will say it was expected. If the fight looks competitive, some will say he damaged his legacy by struggling with a YouTuber.
Big part, Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua?
By far?
Yeah. Too easy.
Why did he take that fight?
I think he didn't have no opponents and he wanted to make Netflix happy, and I think he made a misstep. I think he was handling his career perfectly.
Yeah.
I think he would have beat Gervonta.
I think he would have beat Gervonta too.
But I think this is a big misstep. I think he let his ego get in from him and let the fans decide.
But if I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the fuck is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there, it still wouldn't go past a minute. To be quite honest with you, and as a safety aspect, there's no way that fight can go ahead. At the end of the day, my God, how good does it make me look? He gets beat by Jake Paul. Well, that automatically makes me two-time heavyweight champion of the world, doesn't it? There's no proper way. I've got to laugh about it. How are we even talking about this? He got his nut boxed off by me a little over 2 years ago, and now all of a sudden he's talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. It's like, come on. You can't be serious. He can't beat me. I'm not Anthony Joshua, am I? So it's just...
Ryan Garcia warns that a loss to Joshua could change Jake Paul's life. He says Joshua's power is real and could hurt Paul physically and mentally. Garcia explains that losing badly could affect Paul's reputation and long-term career. He says Paul must train properly, stay focused, and understand the serious danger Joshua brings into the ring.
I think that this has been a misstep from Jake. I think he wanted to make his partners at Netflix a little too happy, and he's gonna walk into it. But like, look it, he loses to AJ. Where does he go from here? Who does he fight? You gonna go back down to 135?
The problem is not that he loses to AJ. The problem is the way he's gonna lose to AJ might be life changing.
Right.
So that's the real issue.
It can be life changing in many ways, right? Physically.
Yeah.
See what he did in Nagano. It's like, but then again, like, if he gets knocked out, he gets knocked out.
Former champion George Groves says the fight will look suspicious unless Joshua ends it fast. He believes that anything other than a quick knockout, especially in the first 30 seconds or early in round 1, will make fans question the fight. Groves argues that Joshua is too strong for Paul, and anything more than a short fight will raise doubts.
Paul's still trying to convince people that he's a legitimate boxer. He's not a legitimate boxer. You've picked someone who was a professional boxer, whose dad was a legend of professional boxing. You might as well pick someone from Love Island or something. He does make a mockery of boxing. He wants to fight a welterweight, then a heavyweight, then it's a featherweight. And ultimately, what he wants to do is not have a real fight. I think he genuinely believes he's a boxer.
Joshua's team expects a short and violent fight. Eddie Hearn predicts Paul will be knocked out within 4 rounds, saying that once Joshua lands clean, it's over. Hearn also says this fight helps rebuild Joshua's name and could set up a major 2026 matchup, possibly against Tyson Fury. Joshua wants to rejoin the top of the heavyweight scene.
AJ versus Jake Paul. Not gonna lie, did not ever see this happening, like ever. So were you just as surprised when he agreed to do it as the world was?
Yeah, I mean, I had to deal with obviously knowing that it might happen, and then the contract coming through signed by Jake Paul, and I sort of looked at it. I was like, oh my God, he's done it. So yeah, look, I have to give him credit. I do think he's crazy. I think he's got absolutely no chance. I think he's going to get smashed to pieces.
Do you think Jake's crazy?
Yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, listen, for us, we received an offer that was massive money and a really easy fight. We were talking about fighting this week here in an 8-round fight. Now we're fighting in an 8-round fight for 40 times more money against Jake Paul. So I love the opportunity for AJ on so many levels. I think it's a straightforward fight, massive profile, and especially in the US. So we can go back into 2026 all guns blazing with Turk El Sheikh, and the plans to hopefully fight Tyson Fury. But in the meantime, we get to wrap our hands, go out there, build the profile a little bit, smash up Jake Paul, make a fortune, and on we go. So, yeah.
For this fight, Joshua must use 10-ounce gloves. This change is meant to increase excitement for fans while keeping some control over the impact. Analysts warn that even with 10-ounce gloves, Paul is still at high risk because Joshua hits extremely hard. The smaller padding may even make knockouts more likely. The gloves don't change the huge difference in strength and experience.
People's records. AJ gotta take him serious because this isn't some exhibition. We're running out some judges to act like there's a decision and someone won. No, someone's gonna win, someone's gonna lose here. It's 8 rounds, 3-minute rounds. Again, heavyweight, pro bout, 10-ounce gloves. AJ talking about breaking internets over faces. I think he meant to say breaking his face on the internet. Who knows? Maybe you can do both in the big 2025. But then you have the weight limit, 245 pounds, and people are automatically going to go, oh, God, here's the thing. Oh, here's the thing in the contract. No, stop all that. And I'm going to go on a rant in a second for all the people that thought this was fake, for all the people that thought that Jake wouldn't do this, for all the people that thought he was scared. I'm going to go on that rant in a second. But, okay, yes, 245 is a weird number because Jake has already fought at heavyweight. He fought Mike Tyson at 220-something. But again, I understand it a little bit. We're on short notice here. You don't want to have a Tyson Fury type situation, which AJ would never be 290 coming in here. But 260, 270, it starts to get out of the realm of possibility.
The Wade concept warns fans not to underestimate Jake Paul. They argue that Joshua can be slow, stiff, and vulnerable, while Paul is younger, faster, and unpredictable. They say Paul might benefit from fighting loose and confident instead of acting like a traditional heavyweight. That unorthodox style could surprise Joshua and create dangerous moments in the fight.
We are back on the Wade Concept presented by The Ring Magazine, and today I'm starting to question myself. What is the possibility that Jake Paul might not be as easy of a fight for Anthony Joshua as I previously thought. What if Jake makes this a little more difficult than we imagine? I'm not trying to talk nonsense, and I'm not even trying to be a contrarian. I am just looking at what I have seen in the last couple of days, and it's starting to make me wonder. Am I wrong about Jake versus AJ? Not like I think Jake will win the fight, because I think that's nonsense, but something's going on, and I can't quite figure it out. But Jake has a secret weapon. Apparently he has a couple of them, and I'm about to expose them right here for you guys, and then I want you to decide, what do you think? Will this help him? Will these secret weapons, will these things he was trying to keep quiet, will they help him beat AJ, or is it too little too late, both figuratively and literally? What do I mean? The breakdown. Let's go. But folks, before we get into the breakdown, I want to say a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, First Form. That's right, folks. First Form is one of the most trusted supplement companies in the United States and a brand I personally use every day. First Form makes high-quality, third-party tested products designed to help you perform better, recover faster, and look and feel your best. Whether you're trying to build muscle, lose fat, or just get your nutrition dialed in, they've always got something that fits. And what I love about First Form is that their products actually work. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, just real results. And like I said, everything's third-party tested, so you know whatever's on the label is exactly what you're getting. And my personal favorites from First Form is this Formula One Whey Isolate post-workout protein, or the Micro Factor that I take on a daily basis, which is an incredible vitamin pack that's designed to support immunity, overall health, energy, cellular function. You got it all covered. And for you guys, I have an exclusive deal when you click the link in the description. Buy any First Form product today, and you'll get a 5-pack of First Form protein sticks for free with your order. Once again, click the link in the description, get your products from First Form today, and get a First Form protein stick pack of 5 for free with your order. And trust me, you will thank me later. They are that good. So thank you to First Form for sponsoring this video. And one more time, make sure you guys click that link in the description and get your products today. Now, let's get back to the breakdown. All right, so like I said, Jake Paul got a couple of tricks up his sleeve for this Anthony Joshua fight. Now, again, does it matter what Jake does when we're talking about a fight that was just booked a week and a half ago and now is about 3.5 weeks from happening? Can you get good enough, as prepared as you need to be for an Anthony Joshua fight if you're Jake Paul, who hasn't fought someone in the top, realistically, the top 50? I know Tommy Fury is ranked in the top 50, but anyone that is a top 50 fighter, even in your weight class, let alone a top 10, top 5 heavyweight in Anthony Joshua, who was a 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. Can you get prepared for a guy like that if you brought in, let's just say, a deity, freaking Zeus, Hercules, whoever, to prepare you? Could you do it? I don't think that Jake would have enough time, seeing as he's already undersized. He's not a real heavyweight, and this is
Their breakdown matches growing concerns in boxing. Tim Bradley says the fight is risky for Joshua, especially if he isn't mentally sharp after past injuries. Joshua must also cut weight to meet the 245-pound limit, which some believe could reduce his usual power. Influencer Harrison Sullivan predicts Joshua will win early, but he still calls the fight unpredictable. He says Paul looked unusually respectful at the press event, showing he knows this is a serious challenge.
This is Anthony Joshua. Your thoughts on this fight?
I wouldn't bet on it myself because I just think it's dodgy. Because if I was thinking in my head and I was betting on it, I'd bet AJ within 2 rounds and I'd put a lot of money on it. But I'm a gambling man, actually. I'm a gambling addict, and I need help. But yeah, I'm not even gambling on this one. I'm leaving it out.
How do you see it going?
Don't know, could go anyway, just because I just think it's a bit mad.
Did the press conference surprise you, how it seemed like a little tame, there wasn't much trash talk? AJ didn't seem like overly excited.
No, to be honest, I don't watch boxing presses normally, so I don't know if that's AJ's character, if he's just a humble guy in general. I feel like he probably is. I don't know though, do you know?
Yeah, he's normally, he is, but I thought, I was surprised that Jake Paul didn't sort of try and play his mind games. Jake Paul was sort of playing nice almost in that presser, compared to how he compares against in other press conferences.
He's talking to a fucking proper fella, innit? If it was proper, he'd get weighed in, so I think even he's got a bit of, I don't know, just a bit of humility on that situation, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm a very confident guy, but if I was fighting someone who was better than me, you know, like way better, like in a different league, I probably wouldn't be as much of a, I don't know, like if I was fighting someone like Mike Tyson in his prime, but if I was fighting someone in the modern day, like, I don't know, Tyson Fury or something, or Tommy Fury, whoever, like any of these pros, I'd be normal.
You'd be more humble.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be normal with them types of fellas, but Mike Tyson in his prime, I'd be a little bit humble, do you know what I mean?
This matchup is a huge risk for both men. Joshua has Olympic credentials, big power, long reach, and years of elite competition. Paul has fewer boxing rounds and is known more for his personality than high-level skill. Many expect Joshua to dominate, but the fight still has major stakes. A strong win helps Joshua rebuild. A weak performance hurts his legacy. For Paul, an upset would change his career forever, while a loss strengthens critics' claims. This fight is a gamble for both sides.
AJ.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to give him props. Fair play, Jake. That is a big fight.
props.
I mean, AJ should knock him out.
It is a weird one. Like, am I just being stupid? Like, is he not just going to wig him?
AJ
Like, is
by
he-
soap being dropped in prison stuff.
Right.
AJ by brutal Bonnie Blue scene. AJ by just something vile.
Him even stepping up to fight AJ. is
Heavyweight world.
No more talking. Which side are you on, Joshua or Jake Paul?